Grab your beverages and turn up your interweb. Solving the world's problems 12 ounces at a time. It's Dudes and Beer.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this special Father's Day weekend edition of the Dudes and Beer podcast. I am Chris Jordan, your host. With me is the awesomely awesome Julie Connolly. As well today, while we are out here at the 8th annual Father's Day Soapbox Derby here in Marble Falls, we're most pleased to have Miss Shannon Heep, the organizer of this awesome event. I randomly got a hold of her a couple weeks ago while I was at work in Baltimore, and it was like, I found your event on the internet, and this is just awesome. Like, how did you even come up with this event, Shannon?
Great story. So 9 years ago now, we were looking for a downtown revitalization event. And gosh, there was all kinds of, I was volunteering for the downtown district. All kinds of ideas were coming across my desk. Nothing was grabbing my attention. And then one night we were all at the bar at the corner of 3rd and Main. And some Grant Dean and Russell Buster, who own businesses downtown, they pulled me out in the middle of the intersection. Man, it must have been close to 2 a.m. And they were like, we've been talking about racing little cars down this street for over 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And then so I'm like, what do you mean little cars? And he laughed. He said, it's probably big cars probably wouldn't fit. I'm like, really? That's how far you've developed this idea?
That would be really dangerous.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. So I called a meeting. That was a Friday. I called the meeting the following Monday. And I said, we're going to call it an Adult Soapbox Derby, and we're going to do this.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And, I mean, what an awesome event. Hey, yeah, here come our racers from the last race. And I mean, they have it so well organized. I've been to a few things like this where it's much more like go-kart racing, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the way y'all have it organized up and down the main street here in Marble Falls is just fantastic.
Awesome.
And this is probably the first time I've been through the Blue Bonnet here and there whenever I've come and dropped my nephews off at Campanile. I used to come to Campanile and love Marble Falls and stuff like that. And just to find an event like this to begin with, much less in an awesome historic town like Marble Falls, right here in the downtown district with all the businesses open, people are lining the streets, there's hay bales everywhere to keep them safe. Fantastic.
Yes.
And how have things been over the last 8 years? Because, 8 years to be putting on an event, that's fantastic.
I can't believe we're still rolling. It's unbelievable. So, yeah. A lot of the businesses here, small community, a lot of small businesses. Yeah. We all work together year round. We know each other. We work together. Yeah. And it was important for me to give this community a weekend to play together. It's important, you know, and we do it well.
Well, and y'all have so much going on. Like, you've got the world's largest pizza being cooked up.
Yes.
8 feet in diameter.
Yep.
Just absolutely enormous. We're going to be uploading some pictures to our photo bucket so that everybody can see pictures on the website and stuff like that. But how do you find things like that are just absolutely out there, that are utterly unique?
Well, we have, this is a homegrown grassroots project event, and we like to keep it that way. We have all of our planning meetings at the Raise Our Bar and Grill right here at the corner of the track. We do that year round. We make a lot of decisions after a lot of drinks. We saw these pizza people in a magazine, and we took a couple shots. We thought about it. We voted on it, and the next thing you know, we're ordering the world's largest pizza.
Wow, that is incredible. And now, I know you have limited time to spend with us. I don't want to take you away from all of your planning and coordination, things like that. You were very kind to come join us on this first segment. Thank you so much for taking the time and for allowing us to come out and be part of this awesome event, number one.
Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're all about bringing exposure to small events like this that, like, maybe people don't even know is existing on Father's Day weekend. What are you doing for Father's Day weekend? We all know that we're going to, like, a fancy brunch on Mother's Day, things like that. But other than maybe, like, taking Dad for a shopping spree at Home Depot or something, what are you really doing for Father's Day, you know?
This has turned into a Hill Country Father's Day weekend tradition, period.
Yeah.
This is, this is what the community does on Father's Day weekend. And on top of all the communities and people working together around here, we have people from all over the country that come to race with us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some from California this year, Minnesota, Colorado. Yeah, and they come here and they they bring their cars and they take the hill.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Now, for those of you out there that want to take part, because next year Dudes and Beer is intending on having a race.
Oh, talk is cheap. Just thought
I
I'd throw that out there.
I mean, it takes a lot of coordination to get that going. I've got to get with a couple builders that I know and things like that, but I think we could possibly make it happen.
Absolutely.
And I'd love for it to happen. How do people go about actually registering and racing in this incredible 3-day long event? Like, they literally... Y'all started racing at what, 10 o'clock yesterday morning was the parade?
No,
Something
5
like
o'clock
5
p.m.
o'clock.
Yes.
5 p.m.
So
Okay.
5 p.m. So the regular weekend schedule looks kind of like this. We get out here 6 p.m. on Friday, okay, and we start opening ceremony, show and shine, walk around, check out the cars, and we start racing around 7:30. We race until midnight on Friday night, and it can get wild and rowdy as last night was.
Yeah.
Very much a family-friendly event, but, different parts of the weekend take on a different tone. Here we are on Saturday. Saturday we race from 11 to 9:30 p.m., followed by a street dance at 9:30 until 11. As you'll see, those streets are loaded with families and kids.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's unbelievable. They love to be out here. And then Sunday we do finals from noon to 4. And to get involved, you go to the website, adultsoapboxderby.com. You're going to find racing rules on there. Take a look. Even the racing rules posted for this year will be on there probably for another 6 months until we update them. There won't be a lot of big changes. So go ahead, download them, and start building.
Great. Fantastic. Well,
Yes.
Thank you so much once again, Ms. Shannon Heep, organizer of the Marble Falls Adult Soapbox Derby. It is here every year, folks. Check it out. Check it out at, what is the website again?
adultsoapboxderby.com.
All right. Fantastic.
Perfect.
Thank you so much
Awesome.
for taking a few minutes.
Yes.
And thank you so much again for letting us come and be a part of
Awesome.
this awesome event.
All right. And next year, you'll be coming with wheels, correct?
That's the plan.
All
That is
right.
the plan.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take care. Thank you. And as we continue here, folks, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Shannon. You're the best. Take some more French fries with you. There is this absolutely amazingly large bowl of French fries, folks, that, Julie's husband, Brian, went out to grab us a little something and actually ended up grabbing one. And he was like, geez, I'm really glad that I didn't go for 2 like they asked me. He was like, you want 2 of these? He was like, let me start with 1. And I mean, this thing, it's a boat. It's a boat. Go check it out. Julie posted a picture on the Dudes and Beer podcast Facebook page. I'm about to light up one of my nice Babalu cigars here. Couldn't thank them enough for, number one, the awesome samples that they sent Julie of the Dudes and Beer cigars.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, those are incredibly, incredibly awesome. And I can't wait to actually get a box for us to give away at events like this. So, Julie, what have you been thinking so far today? I mean, this is your first time here as well. So
It is. No, it's awesome. It's really fun. I'm surprised there are so many people out here. But now that I know it's been around for 8 years, that makes sense. The cars are adorable. I would totally love to build one. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting into that next year. It's cool. Last night I heard that there were some injuries. So far today, everybody's been safe, so that's good.
Yeah, they actually had a major wreck last night that caused a dude to break 8 ribs.
A 70-year-old dude.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't hear it was a 70-year-old driver. It is not for the meek of heart, folks. This is quite literally like a good 30, 35 degree angle from the bottom of this hill up.
Yeah, it's steep.
Probably close to a good quarter-mile run. So it's definitely by the time you hit the bottom, you can get some inertia built up. And if you lose a wheel or something like that, there's definitely some danger involved.
Yeah, I wonder if we can find a video from the wreck last night.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah.
I
I wonder if any of the there's a drone cam going on as well. So I wonder if any of that drone footage ended up online.
I wonder if the festivities is what contributed to the the wreck last night too. Since you got to think at like 9:30 at night, people are probably drinking.
Oh yeah. I mean, people are most definitely enjoying a few adult beverages, probably all day.
Even in a soapbox derby, don't drink and drive.
Yeah. I mean, a couple people that I'd met up there while I was talking with Shannon were already like, yeah, I've already had my couple Bloody Marys for the day,
Like, well, good for you.
because they're going to be stuck in the booth all day taking care of registrations, things like that.
That's true.
They got to be able to have a good time.
Heck
We're
yeah,
even
it's
enjoying.
hot outside.
It is. It was really nice this morning at about 82 degrees when I showed up. Really nice breeze, and then suddenly, right after I got things set up, it was like, oh wow! I hope Julie and them show up with that tent real soon because
Turn the heater on.
it got hot rapidly.
Thanks to Unrepeatables for loaning us this tent.
Yes. Thank you so much, Unrepeatables. Check them out online.
Unrepeatables.com.
Unrepeatables.com, and that is a great craft jeweler. Julie's sister, actually. And they put out some fantastic stuff. And here today, we're also going to be talking with one of the sponsors of the race, one of the people who the late night party tonight, the street dance and band, will actually be going for charity, and that is Living Love Animal Rescue here in town. They have a boutique that is set up right next door. We'll be interviewing Miss Sandra Santee, the manager of that, later on today, just to kind of talk about their cause, what they're all about. Really great people. They were nice enough to let us leech their power today.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. They are giving in ways beyond animals today. So we're actively getting ready for the next race. They are getting them locked and loaded in the gate, and it's pretty fun sitting here watching all these guys come through. I can't wait to talk to some of the racers, some of the builders, and stuff
neat.
like that. We're going to be talking to the Pirates of 3rd Street and our neighbors right here in the final segment today from 2:45 to 3:30.
They're in the winner's circle too. Maybe we can get some tips for next year.
Yeah, no, most definitely. They've actually been racing this thing, from what he said, I think 7 years, if not all 8, that it's been going on.
The same little purple car?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. No,
I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's it. And the design of these things is absolutely amazing. We've seen a few of them that are actually based off of wash tubs, that are based off of like small like cattle feed
like
containers.
Like a little trough looking thing.
Yeah, like little water troughs, things like that, just big enough for you to fit in. And that's kind of the idea, is that you want to be as lightweight as possible, with as heavy a driver as possible. To kind of,
I saw people attaching weights, like dumbbells to
them.
Yeah,
to the front end, to literally increase the pull as it goes downhill. And you got to be careful though, because if you make it too light in the back, if you don't have weight dispersion right, you'll start shimmying. And it's pretty dangerous. I've known some people that have built soapbox derby racers in my time. But I was a go-kart driver. I had go-karts growing up.
Nice.
And one of them was literally just straight up 1972 Sears death trap.
Just like some pipe and an
Oh
engine.
yeah, literally it was a pipe frame with a sheet metal bottom. Yep. So good luck in the middle of Texas summer. You did not lay your legs down, because it would just get grilled on you. No seat belts, straight bench
just
seat.
Like a little bucket is what my nephew had.
Oh, we didn't even have a bucket. It was a bench seat.
Oh,
so
probably also metal.
If it was. It was, but it was covered horribly with pleather. So that felt real good in the Texas heat too. But oh my God, man, it was so much fun, and that thing it was a death trap. It was amazing. Here we go with the next heat. They are coming downhill. The far lane has it so far, but we have seen a couple that here we go.
Oh no, she doesn't seem to have very good control of the gal that's not winning.
Oh yeah, she's
losing, folks.
Yeah, she's rolling to a stop there, and there's actually a little dip, and that's she may have. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't have if I was that far behind.
And she was getting squirrely. I think.
Yeah.
She
and that's what I'm saying.
If people break ribs yesterday and thought, nope, I'm not gonna.
I don't want to break ribs.
Not gonna go for it.
Well, and I've got to get a good idea here of how some of these cars are built. Some of them, like the one that we were just talking about that the lady was in, was literally like an engineless version of my go-kart.
Yeah.
It was just flat metal, like bike tubing
Yeah,
up
just
around the
some-
edge
some
with 4 wheels, man, and a
pipes.
steering wheel and
That's
some
it.
brakes.
That didn't look like it weighed anything.
Yeah, I remember when we couldn't fix the brakes on my go-kart.
And you just have to
we-
coast it uphill a little bit to stop.
No, you literally just put your foot on the wheel.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, you took your
It's
foot off the gas
Good way
and
to
just
lose your foot.
start,
I
just
mean,
kind
not
of
lose
pumping
it.
it a little bit, just little by little, and then once you got down enough, you could just stop it.
Kids.
Yeah,
It's amazing
yeah.
We all made it to adulthood.
Yeah, exactly. We all made it through. There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, just because we made it doesn't mean there wasn't anything wrong with it.
Oh, no. I mean, believe me, I did some horrible, I mean, good God, some of the things I did, I'm not going to lie. I would probably be on like a government watch list at the age of 11.
I feel like
Some-
you might be.
Some of the,
anyway.
I guarantee you I am on a government watch list. Just the troubles I get
Seeing the-
TSA coming
the
through.
Stuff that you post.
Well, just jobs I've had before, period.
Yeah.
I guarantee you I have heard my phone tapped.
Gotta say manifesto 3 times.
that's
That's how you
right.
know they're listening.
But, I mean, we've got the next heat getting slotted up there.
Oh yeah,
They're-
here come the.
Yep,
the
here come the
two,
previous
the one
racers.
In the tub and the
And
more
it is
traditional looking one.
just cool.
Those bicycle tires are cool too.
Oh yeah. No, they've got them on huge bike tires.
job,
They've
guys.
got them. They've got them on tiny tires. They've got them on wheelchair tires. All kinds of stuff. It seems to me like some of the wheelchair tires have been a little bit better than some of the bike tires, and I think mainly because it's made to take that horizontal weight
Oh, that would make sense.
as opposed to the vertical weight of a bicycle.
The ones that have more of a bicycle frame have just not been doing well at all.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
know to knock those ones out. The more enclosed ones seem to be where it's at.
Yeah,
I wonder if those cost a lot more money though.
Well, they do because you've got to build the skin and
Like
everything
weld
else,
and
but that
stuff.
also that reduces drag. So you've got, your shirt flapping in the wind, you being there, everything else
yep.
like truly does affect the aerodynamics of your car.
The one that's
as it
next
goes
to us,
downhill.
it looks like the entire thing is covered.
Oh,
like
we
there's
saw.
even a hood.
Yeah, and I mean even the one that we saw earlier today that came by in like the second race.
Woo!
Yeah. Woo!
I
Yeah,
like
see,
the
like, look at
streamers
those-
though.
Look at those tiny little wheels.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to get any speed with those
No,
tiny
and no
little
wonder
wheels?
she almost lost control.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's just it. You think you're gonna have less drag and stuff, but are you gonna like sacrifice the drag coefficient for control? I wouldn't.
No.
I'm going down a hill at like 30-something miles an
yeah,
hour.
they said 31 miles an hour.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
is the average speed that gets hit, and you're literally sitting about 6 inches off the ground. So
Yep.
something goes bad, it goes bad real quick,
I'm
real
hoping
nasty.
that these hay bales will hold up too. We're putting a lot of faith in one hay bale
Yeah, well,
to save us.
we got like 3 right here. God help them if they hit this one, because that'll take the speaker out,
Yeah.
and that'll definitely get them.
Add to it.
So, yeah.
We're making it like an obstacle. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, we're literally in the danger zone.
We are. We're halfway down the
yeah.
hill. It's really an exciting spot to be.
It is. It's great. I don't know how it is that we end up with these awesome spots for all this stuff.
After Meekum getting to watch the cars roll
Oh,
onto the auction floor.
Exactly. Like going right past us. Like we could reach out and ruin the finish with our hand if we wanted to. Just like,
Eat some
big
of
old
these greasy fries.
big
and
old
go to
donut
town.
fingerprint right on it. Like, hey, look, it's Krispy Kreme. But here in a little while, we're actually going to take a break, walk around, check out some more of the cars. When I got here early this morning, like she said, they raced until midnight last night. They've got floodlights set up everywhere, all kinds of stuff. And
I saw the late night derby cars. They had LED lights on the bottoms
Oh,
too,
yeah.
which is cool.
yeah. No, and mine would definitely have some night runners on it.
Well, because we're gonna win, so
Well-
we got to be prepared for daytime and nighttime.
That's right. We do have the distinct advantage of our good friend Pop Davis,
Yeah,
who
that's true.
who actually built race cars and stuff like that, as well as former co-host Nelson Kugel, who I hope is listening out there at work today at his shop. Feel free to visit him out there, folks. Texas Automotive Specialist, or Austin Automotive Specialist, way out there in Buda. Great shop. They actually do a really cool thing where, like, I think it's bi-monthly, they put on a car clinic where you go in and, like, learn to change your own oil,
neat.
how to maintain your vehicle, things to look out for
That's
as a
cool.
driver and
I'm
an
gonna
owner.
send Liam to that.
Yeah. No, most definitely for beginning. We should have them on the show to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because for beginning drivers, like, you know, I guess it was one of those things that, like, it was ingrained in me to having a go-kart and stuff. I knew how to drive before I was ever, like,
Right.
behind the wheel of a vehicle.
Liam drove on the highway a
Yeah.
couple days ago.
Oh, how'd he do?
Dying. I don't know. He's with his grandparents. He's not
Oh.
supposed to be driving.
Oh,
They just let him drive on Troop Highway.
okay.
I mean,
Well, they're a little bit out in the country, though.
They are, but a highway is a highway, and the speed limit's like 70.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
There were
What's it-
cars.
I'm sure there were, Mom. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. He's gonna get on the highway at some point.
I know.
Would you rather him learn out there or on 35 with the Momos?
Oh no, totally. He starts driver's ed next week, so
Oh, really?
it's good to have a little heads up, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man, watch out, Ray. He
Yeah,
got a
watch
pretty
out, Austin.
he got a pretty sweet whip from Grandma.
Look out for the little purple BMW.
That's right.
gonna
Look out for
be-
the little Beamer Sportster with
give it some space.
with the youngest Connolly in there.
Yay. Yeah, but
And
he'll definitely need to know
what's-
how to maintain. It's a 98,
Yeah.
so he's
Well,
gonna definitely have to know
and
how to
that's
keep it
just
up.
it. That's just it. I mean, it was one of those things. I'm a big fan of, like, you know, my mom, of course, has been like, oh, well, what are you gonna give your kid? I'm like,
Like he's a
I
day
got
old.
I was
a
like,
month.
oh yeah, he's a month and a week.
Yay.
But, you know, of course, you know, I talk about things all the time, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I got, like, my brother's hand-me-down Taurus because he decided to buy a pickup truck, you know, and it was still registered to my dad. So that's what I got.
Yeah.
It had like 225,000 on it when I got it.
Yep,
for
my
like a-
minivan was
For
the
like
same
a
story.
5-year-old vehicle because it was my dad's old lease vehicle for work.
Oh, this one's cool.
Oh, dude, look at that. Here we go. We're going to take a picture of it as it goes by,
wow,
folks.
the
Boom.
guy on the keg is kind of ballsy to
yeah.
be going head first down a hill.
On a hot keg in
on
Texas.
A keg.
I mean,
It's a good race though. They're
yeah, no.
kind of neck and neck. I think the guy
And
on
you
the left
really
is
got to
gonna
think
have
about it. The concept of the keg being dead center, that's actually some really good weight dispersion.
Mm-hmm.
It gave him kind of a over the front, as opposed to most of the guys that are sitting with weight toward the back. He had his weight like over the middle, kind of like a sports bike.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he didn't
you know,
win, but he only lost
interesting
by
concept.
a hair, and that's the closest anybody in the right lane has come yet.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe the left
We have
lane has
not
a little bit
seen
more
a right
of an
lane
angle.
victory yet
Mm-mm.
today. Not in this first bracket of heats.
I wonder
So-
if there's some like slightly more of a grade on the one side of the road than the other.
There possibly could be. It looks like there's a little bit of a lean toward the right, about just about right here past us.
Yeah.
And if you notice, you can kind of see him kind of fight that a little bit. I know that's right up around where the elderly lady started hitting her brakes.
Yeah.
And started going squirrely a little bit.
Yep, and then the right lane has the manhole cover too with the extra bumps. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Yes, Stephen Bishop. We do see your chats. They are
Oh,
not
hey,
directly
Stephen
in front of
Bishop.
my face.
Sorry.
Shout
dude.
out to Stephen Bishop and all the folks out there at Austin's Pizza, out there working hard at the Bee Cave location. Hopefully we'll be doing some live stuff with them, things like that here fairly soon. But still working on deets. We're getting ready for the next race coming downhill right now. Let's see.
So the one that just went by with the keg on it,
Yeah.
the front of it says "Hold my beer" and "Watch this" on the front, painted on it.
Nice. Oh, dude. Oh, I loved this one. I loved this one. That's like the old school little
wow.
bandit. Yeah.
Those ones are both Holland.
Boom.
It's shooting water.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he shoots water as it goes down.
Those two are getting some speed. Oh,
Little bandit is losing control.
Oh, he made it.
He pumped the brakes and managed to hit the up crest of the finish line
wow,
there.
that was close.
That was close,
exciting.
though. That was close. And, you know, it's
Wow.
really interesting. Little Bandit is like the third racer that I have seen that is based off. The body is actually an old jet ski.
Yeah.
It is an old
Yeah,
jet
there have
ski.
been a lot of those.
And it's very interesting. I like that design. I like the reuse of material. the lightness of it, the already aerodynamic
Yeah, makes
qualities
sense.
of it.
Why,
So that might be something
reinvent
that
the
we
wheel?
look into instead
Something
of
that already
utterly
exists.
reinventing the wheel.
It's funny, the one that won though made me kind of a loser or a liar because
Yeah.
it was a bicycle frame basically
Yeah.
that time, and it just
Yeah.
totally worked for some reason.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be down with it. Like I said, I'd love to get a hold of Nelson Kugel because he's done a few motorbikes, things like that. He's big into the motorcycle thing, so he could probably definitely help us design a nice frame. And I'd have Pops work on some high-powered suspension.
Make it
that's
nice and blue
miniaturized.
and sparkly.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
some-
Everything blue anodized. We're dreaming here, folks. We're dreaming. What we really need is a sponsor for this race.
Yes.
Finding us a few local sponsors to sponsor the race or get it out there.
Yeah,
stuff
we're
like
looking.
that. So,
if anybody's interested,
that's
hit us
right.
up.
Well, we've
dudesandbeer.com.
had a few, and while you're on dudesandbeer.com, everybody, please make sure to go online. I am about halfway through my Babalu Cigarillo here, and I got to tell you, their hand-rolled stuff is absolutely amazing.
Woo!
I got to visit their 6th Street shop, and it's
Chicken.
been the longest time. Go Chicken Man! Yeah. All right.
You can read this, turn it upside down.
He was apparently against rule number 10. He has a protest for rule number 10 on the side of his car itself. No
I wonder
rule
what
number
rule
10.
number 10 is.
I don't know.
I've
We
seen
need
no
to
rule
find
number
out.
10 on a few of them,
Okay.
so it must be something new that
yeah,
people are
yeah,
not a fan of.
yeah.
Let me check the
It
website.
might
I've got
be-
it up on our
it-
Facebook page.
It might be no motors.
I mean, I
And
just
there's
used
one
to
of them
play
that
Looks
that
like
was
a
the straight
it's like
bike
a
frame.
rickshaw.
Yeah, exactly. He has very much like a recumbent rickshaw action
Yeah.
going on,
But it went fast.
right? I wonder if you could just enter a recumbent bike.
I don't think you're allowed
I
to
don't-
pedal. Maybe that's rule number 10.
It could be. No hill brake. No
What's
hill
the
brake
name
because
of
it could be rigged to let you be able to pedal forward at the same time.
What did
Now,
you
I could
say
see how
the-
going 31 miles an hour trying to pedal that thing, you would break your ankle,
Oh my
dude.
God, no.
Like you'd end up with like snapped femurs in this race. It would be insane.
Yeah, not a good scene at all. I'm looking for rule number 10. I got adultsoapboxderby.com up. I'm going to go
All right.
to the rules here. Maybe.
And as I was mentioning, feel free to go to babaloo.com/go/dudes, and you can pick up the awesome, very special Dudes and Beer 6 cigar with a cutter special. That's 6 awesome hand-rolled select cigars, some of their best-selling Robustos that they have. There's even a personal favorite. I love a twist wrapper in there. They got a twist in there, all kinds of stuff. These are sticks that cost you $7-8 each, easy, folks, and you get 6 cigars and a cutter for $24.95 shipped to you. That's without shipping. If you're in the Austin area, you can actually, like I did, have it delivered to the 6th Street location, so you can go in, check the place out. Really cool little spot. Had me a little glass of coffee while I was waiting.
Nice.
Good
I
mix.
hear they have the best coffee in Austin.
They got some great coffee in there, man. Really helpful staff. Nice size humidor. Great selection of hand-rolled cigarillos, which, I'm a big cigarillo fan. And you're hard-pressed to find a good cigarillo that's not just like, utterly dry or something like that. These, by the time I got them out here this morning, were actually somewhat damp from the heat. It was absolutely amazing. So feel free to go on by. Once again, that's babaloocigar.com/go/dudes for the $24.95 6 Robusto and cutter deal
I'm not
shipped to
finding
you
the
for
rules.
free. Oh,
We'll come back to it in the
that's
next
all right.
segment. I'll find
We'll
them later.
whenever we're on break, we'll see if we can't get a copy of the rules from the registration booth up there.
Figure out this hot button
Stuff
topic
like that.
of rule number
Yeah.
10.
Well, I guarantee you that as long as the Pirates of 3rd Street over here, Grant Dean and Taylor Smith, who is actually the one of the racing heads, he is the
He's got
Yeah.
an inside track here.
yeah. So here we go.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Wow.
oh, look at him go, folks. There they go down the hill.
That one on the left track has won like 4 races
Yeah.
already today.
Yeah,
He
he
is
has
on
been-
fire. And here he
He's
goes for
been
number 5.
making his
Of course,
way
he's been on the
up.
left-hand track every time.
That's
now.
right. That's right. You know, I think they should alternate track.
I feel like at this point,
I really think they should.
because there's
Um,
definitely something.
And
going
that's just
on
something
there.
to think about. Something to think about. I'm sure it's random as to which lane you're put in.
Probably. I would think so.
I think it'd have
Maybe
to
it's
be.
like pole position though, because he's been winning, so he gets the better one. You know.
It could
Could
be.
be.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. It could be like that.
Remember that
Because
video game
you
from the
definitely.
80s?
Oh God, dude, that's one of my favorite games ever.
Pole position.
I've been trying. I actually had my hands on 2 Atari 2600s trying to fix them because I've got like literally about 60 Atari games. We had a video game night a long time ago. We need to have an Atari night one
Ooh,
night.
totally.
where we sit
Liam
back.
has the
The throwback.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Does it have pole position on it?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I'm down with it. I'm
Yep,
down with it.
he
I
does.
just saw where they released some new like Sega thing too, where it's like Sega Genesis and all
he
that
doesn't
kind
have
of
that.
stuff.
He wanted to get the NES one, but it's
Mhm.
sold out, and it's now so expensive.
It sold
to
out
get it on
rapidly,
eBay.
and I heard that
So-
there were a lot of people upset with the number of games that were provided on it and the games that were provided amongst the number.
And then apparently, if you want to buy another remote, because it only comes with one or controller, it's the same price basically as the system.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was like you get the system for $60, and then you can get a second controller for like $50, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So basically, you just have to play by yourself.
Yeah. Unless,
Which is no fun.
Well, I mean, unless you got the money.
Well, yeah, totally. And
I
I
don't
think
know.
a lot of people probably do. But the guy that sits next to me at work, he was lamenting it because his mom got him the thing for Christmas, and then he didn't have the money to get another controller, so he's just had to share.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the biggest
Yeah.
problem in
Old
the
school,
world. But,
old
you know.
school swap off.
Yep, totally.
You know, play till you die and then you swap.
Swap it, yep.
And
That's good, though. Teaches patience.
yeah, not too long ago, I saw a YouTube video of a kid that actually beat Mario Brothers in like 5 minutes or something
oh,
like
my
that.
gosh.
It was
I still
insane.
can't make it past, like, level 6.
Oh yeah, I mean I've never ever won Super. Although granted, I wasn't a Nintendo owner, so my Nintendo play was pretty limited.
I was not a TV owner, though. My dad would buy
Oh,
with the best
okay.
intentions, and then my mom would find religions, and then the TV would go, and then I would just have the games, and then the TV
Yeah.
would come back. So it
I could
wasn't-
I could understand in this day and age giving my child a TV with inputs and no tuner.
Oh, totally. Which would be fine.
You know, because I mean,
Yeah.
Dad does have quite the collection of old. I mean, just like the other day, I posted up on the Dudes and Beer group. Please, everybody, feel free to go on to Facebook, find the Dudes and Beer page, follow us. We're getting ready to do a giveaway for 200. Once we hit 200 likes, we gave away a T-shirt and prize pack for the 100th episode for 100 likes. We're looking for 200 before 150.
Yeah.
That's what I want. We're at about episode 112 right now, and
Wow.
yeah.
It feels like yesterday that we hit 100.
yeah, I know, right?
Things are moving
I know.
along.
Like, and you came along shortly before that. How's
Yep.
the ride been for you, Julie?
Oh, it's been great.
Yeah?
I've been enjoying it. It's awesome to get to set up the guests for you. Hopefully people are liking what they're hearing.
I hope so. It seems like it.
Going to
And
these
you know
cool
what I
events.
love more than anything is since you have come aboard, our dynamics have actually hit the point of 63% female listenership.
Woo!
So
You're
huge props
welcome,
to you on
ladies.
that. Thank you, ladies, for supporting because, you know, I did it as Dudes and Beer because it's just a catchy name. It's not all about guys. It's not all about guy stuff. Although we did just start Dads and Beer, stuff like that. We still, like the other day, I tried to get Ruthie on an episode of Dads and Beer, and she's not really a talker, my friend Ruth.
Oh.
And Derek's not really the interview type either. I was pretty impressed. He did a sports show for the bar that he works at in Japan. They came and did a sports show like
That's
on base,
neat.
and he was like, "Yeah, okay, you're talking about the Rangers. I'll be on it." 'Cause Derek is just like,
Well, like my husband's here, but he won't say anything. So.
"Yeah. Well, it's not for
He's
everybody.
the secret squirrel.
It's not for everybody. That's all right. He's our man on the street right now."
He's getting the pictures for
out
us.
there getting some pictures for us to load up for you guys, out there getting all kinds of stuff, info on races coming up, you know, taking pictures of cars, meeting racers, all that kind of stuff. It's great to have somebody out there in the crowd networking for us, doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I saw him helping somebody with the prize wheel a minute ago. We've got that
Nice.
set up if you guys are listening out there in Marble
Yeah,
Falls
for
and want to come by.
For all of you listening here on Marble Falls, please make sure to stop on by the booth. Like the show, you will get a prize wheel ticket, and once an hour we will do a prize wheel spin where you can win a T-shirt, koozie. You could even win a 5-minute guest spot here on the Dudes and Beer Show.
Which is always so fun.
Always interesting whenever we get the random person on a 5-minute.
Mm-hmm.
And also exclusively today, you can get a Babalu hand-rolled cigar. 18 and up only on
Obviously.
that one. Got to see an ID. But if you are 18, you can win a free Babalu cigar. So please feel free to stop on by the Dudes and Beer booth. We are about halfway down the track here on 3rd Street. And we are getting ready for our first break here. We've got about 5 or 10 minutes. We've got a couple more races coming up. They just got a couple guys slotted up for the next heat. They're getting ready to blow the horn. And here in about 10 minutes, we'll take a little break. We'll come back. We'll go find our next guest, which will actually be Sandra Santee, the manager of Living Love Animal Rescue Boutique.
That'll be great.
And it's really cool. It's kind of like a little thrift shop right here in downtown. If you've never been to downtown Marble Falls, folks, it is one of the most quaint areas.
It's cute. I'm getting a real Stars
in
Hollow
Texas.
vibe.
And quite honestly, if you want a real Texas breakfast, man, go hit up the Blue Bonnet Cafe. They give me no money, folks, but I'm here to tell you, I didn't even get a free breakfast today. But I'm going to tell you, they are one of the best damn restaurants within an hour's drive.
I've never
Dead
been.
serious. Like they're Texas toast, 2 fingers thick, man. Like homemade bread.
Nice.
Texas toast. Everything's made right there. Nothing's brought in. It's
Maybe some lunch on the way home.
absolutely amazing. They are always packed. Great place. Marble Falls also has some of the best fishing. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Spirited Dwight. Dudes and Beer.
It must not be rigged since the director was in the right lane.
Oh, yeah. I doubt seriously she would be on the rigged side.
Nope. Well,
It is nice to see the director of it racing herself.
yeah, not winning, but it was
and
close.
taking part in the fun and the interestingness.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Now, whenever we come back, we will be talking with Living Love Animal Rescue Boutique. And like I said, downtown Marble Falls, I fell in love with it when I was a kid, coming here to Camp Peniel right up the road. My nephews now come. One of my nephews just spent some time volunteering up there, stuff like that, working a little bit like me and his daddy did. And it's really cool. That's when you really get to kind of experience some of Marble Falls as a teenager whenever you go to that camp. And like, there's some of the best fishing in Texas up around here, some of the best fishing tours right here. You can go out and like rent a bass boat for the day with a
Nice.
tour guide and everything, and go out, catch your limit. They clean it for you, everything else. So
Gross.
we may.
I could just go out on the boat and drink.
You could. We should do a Dudes and Beer live from a fishing tour. That
Yeah.
would be fun. I'd be down with that. That could be super fun. So we're trying to get this one last heat in before we take our break. But we are creeping ever closer. If you have a chance, either today or tomorrow, make it on out here to Marble Falls, right off of Highway 281. If you take 71 north to 281, just make a right on 281, and you will literally go straight through the heart of Marble Falls. Make a left on 3rd Street, and you will dead end into the races.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
They go until late tonight, till about 10 o'clock tonight, she said, 9:30.
There's plenty of parking.
There's free parking.
Free parking, free
Imagine
event.
that. Free parking.
And free event.
Yeah.
It's
And-
amazing.
Yeah.
And you can drink on the street if you buy your alcohol from the corner grill. I can't remember what
That's
it's
right.
called, but it's right at the corner of 3rd
and it says
J,
grill.
and it says grill. So,
It is directly behind the announcer's booth. You
what
cannot
were the
miss
prices
it.
like?
Yeah, what were the prices like on drinks, Brian?
$7 for these two.
Nice, so totally
Oh my
reasonable.
God. $7
For
for
two drinks.
2 drinks, folks. $7 for 2 drinks. If you're going out anywhere in Austin today,
You're
I
spending
guarantee
$7
you,
for
you are
one
you are
drink.
spending $7 for and beer.
And you're like, hey, that's a pretty good deal.
I was telling somebody the other day about the great deals over at Spokesman, because they weren't necessarily like that. They have some great nights with local draft night, bike
The
night.
concert T-shirt night.
They got concert T-shirt night
On
where they got
Tuesdays.
$3 pints, stuff like that. They've got some great deals, great coffee. Go by and check out our friends there. We thoroughly enjoyed that. Here comes the next race.
Woo!
Let me grab a picture of them as they come down here.
This one's not very fast.
Uh-oh. We're creeping it. We're
This is a
creeping it.
creeping race. I bet it feels fast to them, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
my gosh.
and that's,
oh my gosh.
oh, we got one going a little wonky in the
Why
left
did they
lane.
send that one down again after it had so many problems last time? Jeez.
Oh, left
my
lane
gosh.
clearly has it
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Wind to the left lane. Wind to the
Man,
left
that was
lane
stressful.
again. It was. It's kind of scary seeing some of these things like,
Like, they're just out in the world.
yeah.
On
Well, and,
pavement.
you know, I kind of question some of the design where it's like, where you're up hip high.
Yeah.
Because if you're up
That's
hip
far to
high, man,
fall.
it's a long way to get the sway
Yeah.
as you're going down. You know,
That's
like
what happened with that one.
That's why you want to be low. Like you literally want your center of
Yeah.
gravity like right at the point of spin of your wheels.
Yeah, you don't want to
so
build a
that-
soapbox SUV, guys.
Well, yeah, exactly. And if you do, you want some definite weighting on the bottom,
Yeah.
the bottom, like directly underneath you to keep it centered and to keep it from shimmying.
There's no
'cause
reason to
otherwise
have all
the
that
top
crap
weight.
up top either, because
Well,
that's
I
just
mean,
going to catch drag.
There's kind of the idea of the roll cage, so I could kind of see it. It'll protect you a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, should anything happen.
Maybe not on that one, but yes.
But,
I could see if somebody went that
I could
route.
I could see how sitting that high up could definitely cause the waggle that these high riders are
Waggle.
getting. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, as we close out the first hour of broadcast from the Marble Falls Adult Soapbox Derby here for Father's Day, 8th annual, we are more than happy to be out here. We're going to go out and enjoy a little bit of the festivities, check some things out, get some pictures up for you guys. And until we get back, if you can't be good at it. We will be back at about 1:45 to go
See you
live
soon.
with our next part of broadcast.
Grab your beverages and turn up your interweb. Solving the world's problems 12 ounces at a time. It's Dudes and Beer.
And welcome back to part 2 of the Dudes and Beer coverage of the Marble Falls 8th Annual Soapbox Derby. We have Nemesis, the winner of the last race. Our neighbors right here from the 3rd Street Pirates just won a race with their awesome car, Nemesis. What was that, Julie? I'm sorry.
Good job, Nemesis.
Yeah, Nemesis just pulled out in front early. It was fantastic. We've seen some great heats going on here. During this second hour, we're going to talk a little bit. We love talking about charities at events and charities that get to benefit from events. And right here, actually, right next door, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, is the Living Love Animal Rescue Boutique, which is managed by Miss Sandra Santee. How are you today, Sandra?
Hi, how are you?
Doing fantastic.
Good.
Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to come on the show and talk to us.
Oh, this is great.
Also, thank you so much for allowing us to tap into your
Yes,
power
seriously,
today.
thank you.
And we would have no show without Miss Santee
Yeah,
today and the
lifesavers.
loving heart of Living Love Animal Rescue Boutique. So
Wonderful. Glad to help.
let's start off with a little bit of history. How long
Sure.
have you lived here in the Marble Falls area?
I've lived here in the Marble Falls area for 30 years, 35 years,
Wow.
so something like that. Yeah, and we've been rescuing animals for 20 years. Yeah, we started 20 years ago, but we've gotten our 501c3 in 09. And so now we're a public charity, and we're
Fantastic.
run and operated by a board of directors.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Once
Yeah.
you make that step, it's a little bit different for
It's
sure.
a little bit different.
How has that been
yeah.
working out for you guys?
Oh, it's been working out fantastically. We have a fantastic executive director, Claire Edwards, and we have our own property now with our own shelter for our dogs and our cats. We're the only no-kill animal rescue in this area with
Wow.
a cat department.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're not the only no-kill animal rescue. There's actually like about 5 different no-kill rescues in this
Okay.
area, but we're the only one for the cat department.
Okay, and that's
Big
good to know. I'm a
Yeah.
cat person myself, so knowing that y'all actually take care of the feline as well.
Yeah.
So many only take care of dogs. So many
It's
only
true.
take in things like that.
Yeah.
They forget about the fact that, like, People get bunnies out the wazoo at Easter for
Yeah.
their kids, and then a month later their kid's tired of them and don't know how to take care of a bunny.
I know.
And they start getting big real quick.
Oh, they do.
And
They do.
like those are one of the big animals that are abandoned, as well as chickens.
Oh, I
that
know.
time- like
Well,
this
there's
time of year.
actually bunny rescues in this area, and also chicken rescues too.
Oh, fantastic!
Right off the bat, I couldn't tell you who they were, but
Sure.
they are here. They come into the shop a lot, and we talk about the bunnies and how smart bunnies are.
They're incredibly smart.
They are very smart. They can use a litter box, and they can be trained. And,
Absolutely.
And they can play ball.
Yep. No, they'll play fetch.
Yeah,
they'll
they'll
come
play
when
fetch.
called. All kinds of
Yes,
stuff.
all kinds of neat
Even
stuff.
chickens. People
Yeah.
forget the fact that chickens
Oh,
are.
I
I
know.
have 2 chickens myself, and I have them trained to
Yeah.
come follow me. They come when they
They're
call.
geniuses.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
I know. I had the most beautiful rooster once, and he was black, but he wasn't really black. He was just multicolored,
Mhm.
but he looked black from a distance, but from close you could see. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
full of color.
Yeah.
I could pick him up and pet him in my arms. He's
Mhm.
so sweet. But yeah, so
Tell us a little bit about why you started Living Love Animal Rescue to begin with.
well, I was kind of sort of bullied into it. No, not really. But at the time, I worked at Walmart and at a cashier, and I always talk to the customers when they come through the line. And there was this one lady; she kept coming through the line. We'd talk about the animals, and she said, "You should really come and join us someday." And I said, "Oh no, I have a husband, I have a job, I've got this and that." And this little voice inside of me said, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." But she kept at it, and she kept at it, and she kept at it. I kept saying, no, no, no. Finally, I said, well, if I'll just say yes once, and maybe she'll go away and leave me alone. So
How'd that work out for
so
you?
we did. Well, what happened was, so this is what happened. So that day that I said yes, we went on a little trip to one of our kill shelters, and we rescued 25 puppies. And
Oh,
I've
wow.
been doing it ever since.
Nice, good job.
Yeah, and that's just
Yeah.
it. When you get that feeling that you've actively made a difference somewhere, it's hard to top that feeling.
It is. Yeah.
To really find something that compares to that, other than continuing to help.
Exactly. The other, actually me and then one other person started it. Cindy Gunther, who headed the cat department for 20 years, started the cat department and headed the cat department.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
And I did the dog department.
Yeah. Now, and you said you've been around for how long? 20 years?
Oh, well, no, I've been here in Marble Falls for, I don't know, since early 80s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
Now,
so-
when did the Living Love Animal Rescue Boutique come about? And tell us a little bit about that and how it works.
Well, we started doing garage sales because it costs a lot of money to rescue.
Oh, I'm
Sure
It
does.
does.
Sure does.
And we don't just rescue; we also vaccinate them against, all the diseases they need to be parvo
Yeah,
and all of that.
absolutely.
And we also spay and neuter, and we
That's
help
important.
people get their animals spay and neutered because it's really important to save a life. To save lives, spay and neutering is really the only way to do
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Really the only way to do it. So
Yeah.
anyway, we started doing garage sales, and then we moved into storage units,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then storage units into an abandoned building, and then into town.
Nice, and now
And we
we have
had-
this perfect
Yes,
property.
yes, we were up behind the bank for 3 years in a tiny little shop. And I kept telling the board of directors, I want on Main Street, I want on Main
You
Street.
got it.
So finally this location became available, and we just jumped in it.
Oh, well, and it is a fantastic location. It's
No,
literally
it is,
a
it
block or so away from the courthouse in downtown. It's right along the walking path right here with bars and cafes and everything else.
Yes,
so.
and 100% of the proceeds from this shop go to the animals.
Wow.
100%. And everything in the shop has been donated by people who want to help.
That's remarkable.
And
That is
people
fantastic.
who have followed us from the beginning. and then of course new people that learn about it. So we love donations.
Well, and y'all are actually one of the benefactors of the event that we're at today. Explain a little bit about that and how y'all got involved with doing things like that. With the I think it's the dance and the concert, things like that tonight.
Yeah. Well, the dance, not so, the concert that is on tonight is in Horseshoe Bay, and that's was actually developed and brought on by another group of people that want to help us. It's separate from
okay. It's just happening tonight.
It's just happening tonight.
Well, tell everybody where that's at and what it's all about.
Well, it's going to be in Horseshoe Bay at the Country Club, and there's a country western group that's going to be performing there, and they have written a song for us called "Forever Home."
Fantastic.
And it is it is on YouTube now, and it's a really, really great song all about finding a forever home. And so we're really excited about that.
Awesome. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
And for all of you that don't understand, I mean, I did volunteer work for years. So for me, being able to interview people like you, people like the Cure for Kids Cancer Curing Kids Cancer that we talked to at Meekum, I want to make that such a huge part of this show to bring more awareness to people's minds. We're coming up in July, about to have like Sustainability Month, just talking about sustainable living, that kind of stuff. Anything that we can do to help out our fellow person, our earth, even our local neighborhood. And someone like you doing what you're doing for stray animals, things like that, it's such an integral part of neighborhood planning and taking care of neighborhoods, because that stuff gets out of hand very rapidly, especially unchecked animals that are not spayed and neutered.
Yeah.
So,
well, we rescue from animal control facilities and kill shelters the animals that nobody wants. They're the ones that we take in. We don't take in from the public, although we try to educate the public on how to keep their animals from becoming strays, and how to be able to deal with animal problems that they might have. And one of the problems we keep running into are people who end up with darling little cute puppies that grow up into being dogs they can't handle.
Yeah.
And one thing it has to, they feed them the wrong food. A lot of people don't understand that in all of your inexpensive foods, the fillers are corn.
Yeah.
And corn just makes dogs crazy. I mean, if it's already a high energy animal, the last thing you want to do is feed it a food that's only going to add to that.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, if you've got a Weimaraner, the last thing you want to do is feed it a corn-based food.
Or like I have a lab pit, and he was crazy until he was like 3.5. They're already high energy. You want to give them a good diet.
Yeah. So feeding your animals, or feeding your dogs a grain-free food is very important.
Right.
No wheat, no corn, and no soy, and no preservatives or chemicals in there is so important. It really is an early training also as well.
Well, and a lot of people have actually gone to this return to like a paleo diet for dogs and stuff like that, actually returning to feeding them like partial meat in their diet, things like just straight meat, cook up a chicken breast, chop it up and put it in there with their food.
Yeah.
Like, where do you lie with that?
No, I think that's great. No, that's really good. That's very good. It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so, mainly because they're dogs. That's what they ate. They don't graze.
Right, exactly.
Unless there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
If they're eating grass, there's typically something wrong with them.
Well, eating grass
likes to eat grass.
Yeah.
Eating grass is good.
It is.
It does. It helps them with their digestion.
That's right.
It helps them to settle their stomach if they have some stomach issues,
Now, how many dogs do y'all rescue a year? How many dogs and cats?
Well, we're a no-kill. So that means that we can only take in when we have adopted out, when we have space available.
That makes sense.
And we've just recently acquired a property for our shelter, and we are limited on space. But we have we have a large indoor building with indoor kennels, and then we have outdoor runs, huge outdoor runs for our dogs. But we like to keep the indoor kennels free. It's air conditioned and heated, but we like to keep them free for the animals that need extra help, that have been, to the vets or have an illness or old or something. And also if there's a weather issue, if there's a tornado or something like that, we'd like to be able to bring our dogs inside where they'll be safe. So, it all depends. We average about, I think, 20 dogs. We also have foster care, too, as well. And then as we get them adopted out, then we can go and we can take in more.
Okay.
And the same thing with the cats. Although with the cats, we generally speaking have more cats. I think right now we have like maybe 60 cats.
Oh, wow.
And we have a Pet Supply Plus on 281 has a permanent adoption area set up for us for our cats and kittens.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you can go in there if you want a kitty and you don't see the color you want, or find a kitty that attracted to you or whatever.
Yeah.
Then there are phone numbers that you can call and names that you can call to go up to the shelter and visit with all of our cats and kitties to pick out and adopt
That's
or a
fantastic.
kitty. And then our adoptions for the dogs are always in the paper. The Picayune that comes out every week. We always have our adoption events there.
Yep. And that is the local paper here in Marble Falls.
Yeah.
Just so you are aware.
Yeah.
If you are not a subscriber, you should be. It is all the latest news in Marble Falls.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, tell everybody before we let you go where they can go to donate. Where they can. Do you have a website or anything like that they can donate?
We do have a website. I think it's www.livingloveanimalrescue.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also we're also on Facebook. Living Love Animal Rescue on Facebook.
Great.
And or they can come here to the shop.
Yeah.
And where is the shop? Please give everybody the address so they know exactly where to come, so they can give you tons and tons of money.
I believe the shop is 905 Avenue, 3rd Street.
Yes, and literally it's right behind the courthouse, folks. If you hit the courthouse on 3rd Street, make a left, and it's about 2 blocks down the road.
Next to Darcy's.
Right next to Darcy's Deli, which is fantastic. Right up the road from the grill. Here next to Brass Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Huge area, great walking location for you guys. Thank you so much for coming on and spending a few minutes talking about what it is that you do, and absolutely for letting us use the power.
Thank you.
Like I said, we love getting good causes on and talking about good causes.
Sure.
So,
thank you so
absolutely.
much. And remember to spay and neuter.
That's right. Spay
Save
and neuter
a
your
life.
pets.
Spay and neuter.
Absolutely.
Yes, and love your dogs.
And rescue, don't buy from puppy mills.
And good God, everybody,
Yeah.
don't crack the window with your dog. If you can't bring your dog in with you, just don't go into the place. All right, it's Texas. It's hot. It's hot.
It is.
So
Okay.
once again,
Well,
thank you so much again, Miss Sandra Santee.
Thank you.
And that is what we're all about. Thank you so much for coming on. Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll come in before we leave.
Bye.
Take care. And
So while you were doing that, we actually had our first winner on the wheel.
ooh,
They won a 5-minute segment, but they are not 18. How do we feel about that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, this is a family event.
It's a family
I don't
event, that's
have it
what I
marked
thought.
as explicit.
Wanted to double check, but we've got him
don't-
coming
oh,
right now.
fantastic.
A young
Yeah.
man who won 5-minute segment on our wheel by
Heck
liking
yeah.
us on Facebook. His whole family liked us on Facebook.
Oh, I
so
love it. I love it. Feel free to have a seat, my friend.
some headphones for you.
This is our youngest guest ever.
It is, absolutely.
Hot dog. I like the fact that you actually have a Peruvian pipe flute around your neck,
That's
little
pretty cool.
pan
Do you know
flute.
how to play it?
Can you play us a tune?
No, I can't quite play it yet, but
That's-
I can blow on it to make notes.
That's all right. That's all right. Give us a note. Go for it. Nice.
I can't.
That's okay. You can,
Future Dudes and Beer intro right
Yep,
there.
I like it.
You can work on it. Well, give us your name, my friend.
My name is Caleb
Caleb. What's your last name, Caleb?
Sharkey.
I'm sorry?
Sharky.
Sharky?
Yep.
Fantastic. How old are you, Caleb?
I am 9.
We did actually, during that bit of technical difficulty there, have our youngest guest ever
He
on the
was great.
podcast. He was great. And I'm a little remiss for not having a full-on backup deck going. That got left at my house this morning as I left.
Grab your beverages and turn up your interweb. Solving the world's problems 12 ounces at a time. It's Dudes and Beer.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to our final part of coverage of the 8th annual Adult Soapbox Derby here in Marble Falls. We are very, very pleased to announce that we have one of the racers of many years and a builder himself, Mr. Grant Dean of the Pirates of 3rd Street, has been set up over here next to us all day. I met him crazy early while I was setting up, and we had a chance to talk. Gave him a Babalu cigar for his victory lap later. All kinds of good stuff. How are you doing today?
Hey, man, I'm doing really good. Thank you very much. I'm pretty close to the mic.
That's all right. No worries. I like people with a good, strong voice. If I have to turn you down, that is never a problem in my book.
But I've never been known to be too quiet.
That's right. I'm the same way. So how long have you actually been racing here in this derby itself?
Well, this will be our 8th year here. We actually got this started, myself and a couple. We actually built 2 cars the first year.
Yeah.
One of which I don't race anymore, but then the Nemesis that's the 8th generation.
Wow.
I mean, it started out as you remember the little Monte Carlo go-karts?
Oh, yeah.
Little bodies that we had the body, and I built it off a go-kart frame. And
Yeah. I had one of the Monte Carlo Grand Prix go-karts.
You did?
Yeah. I had a Pennzoil racer, man. Those things would haul, bro.
They were hot, I know. And that's why that been started, and then it's just that every year we cut it apart and put it back together a different way, try something different.
Right, right. And it's got to be crazy fun being a builder. Like, how long do y'all spend working on your vehicle per race?
Well, I've got a big tin bucket that's like a water bucket, and it's usually about half full of beer caps during one season of building.
Oh, wow.
So that's how many beers.
Did you need a bet?
That's how many beers it takes to get a car built.
Okay. I can appreciate that. We were talking about making flames on ours next year out of beer caps.
There you go. So, that would be awesome.
Yeah, here, let's start back over from the beginning. You've been racing in this event for 8 years, building Nemesis for that long. That's about where we left off.
Right. We started that one. This will be its 8th generation. We kind of change things up a little every year just to try to go a little bit faster.
Yep.
And then the other car, the Shark, started out as an old surfboard of mine.
Oh, wow.
And we had the idea. That's when Taylor hooked up with me and partnered up with me. We started building on it 5 years ago.
And that one's some gumption, man. I got to tell you, as a racer, like, that's... To go down this hill head first, that's some brave racing, man.
It's a lot of fun. We've actually had that one. There's a hill out north of town that one's been actually close to 50 miles an hour down that hill.
Oh, wow!
And it's like you're flying like Superman.
Yeah,
6 inches off the ground. You know.
Oh, I'll bet. I'll bet.
Because you can get your head completely out in front of it, and you don't even see it. You know.
Yeah.
And it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and I mean, how long have you been racing soapbox derbies?
Well, actually, I just started with this race here. We built this one and started this particular derby, and so this will be my 8th year. And then we're trying to start our own association, and just building it every year. And we're getting folks that are coming from all over now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I heard you saying like somebody drove in from Minnesota.
Yeah, they sure did, just to come to this race.
That is just wild and crazy, man.
Awesome?
That's all right. Don't worry about the phone ringing. You're all good.
So. Hang on a second, I'll tell you right back.
Just to grasp that concept, like, I'm from a very small town in Louisiana called Mamou.
I know where Mamou is. I was raised in Silsbee, Texas, close to the border. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you know about Big Mamou.
I do.
Like, it's literally a one red light town that my family comes from, and the population goes up to like 15,000 people during Mardi Gras time. Like, there are stores that are only open during Mardi Gras. Like,
really?
It's crazy.
Wow.
So for events like this that are, I mean, 8 years old now, getting into their 9th, 10th year, you know, to see it growing to this size, to see it, how many more racers have y'all had like this year as opposed to the first few years?
This is the biggest year we had. We started the first year, I think, Chris, with like maybe we ended up with, I had 2 cars the first year, and we had maybe 15 or 16. This year we've got 50 cars. 50 cars, and there's, you know, we're still racing two drivers to some of the cars, so I think there's 64 racers or something this
Wow,
year. Yeah.
wow. And I mean, like races went all the way through till midnight last night. They'll go until about like 9 o'clock, something like that tonight.
9:30, I think, is they're planning to, because we got a street dance also that we have every year.
Yeah,
so.
and that's just it. It's such a family-friendly event. Like, I can't imagine not coming out here every year for Father's Day myself.
Really? Yeah, well, that's good.
I mean, just the fact that it's right up the road from Austin, it's just a short trip. Such a great day trip to begin with, Marble Falls. There's so much to do in this tiny little spot.
There is. I tell people I came to visit here 35 years ago and never left.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, quite literally. Literally. And most of the people that I know in Marble Falls, which are just a handful, that's how it happened. Like, they moved here, they were here for like a month or so for something, and then literally like just stayed for years on end. Kind of like Austin is.
Right.
You know, like once you find that community that you can really be in, it changes everything. Now, how I saw that y'all are actually sponsored by a couple people, stuff like that. Now, is that your shop?
The
Cactus
Cactus Company's Company's into my shop, and then Taylor, one of our other sponsors, is Grand Bank.
Okay.
He works for them. Service Title is one of the main sponsors here, and they also sponsored us different times, you know, and as we may, because like I said, it's not inexpensive to put one together.
No, it isn't. It's not a
bucks and
it's
a lot
not
of
a
time,
yeah. You got to spend a lot of time in it. You got to invest a lot of time in it, and it's definitely something that you do because you're passionate about it.
Yep, it's
you know,
a lot
I mean, there's
of fun. Yeah.
I wouldn't even necessarily say that there's like an incredibly huge trophy to be won.
No.
You know, Bad Medicine taking it off again.
Yeah, it's gonna get a little. Getting squirrely though down there.
And it did last time
I know
too.
It, man.
And now is that it just in that lane? Is there like something there or is it just the way that it curves that it kind of sends the perspective off and you really just need to keep
the way your
straight?
wheels are set and the whole works. And here again, this is, I would think, probably one of the faster hills in soapbox racing. I mean, this is a 30-mile-an-hour wheel. You go a lot quicker down there than you think you do.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even just to think that you're racing 30 miles an hour head first, 6 inches off the ground in Land Shark is just crazy. Just crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, man. Absolutely wild. Now, how many more races do y'all have today? Because I know Nemesis won a couple.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still in the winner's bracket, so I'll be, running again here in the next hour or so, and Taylor will probably run again.
Okay.
Not too late in the future too. So.
Yeah, exactly. And now next year, because I'm sure you're already planning your run for next year.
Right,
sure
we are.
Like, I don't know anybody that puts on events or does events that as soon as the event is over, that they aren't like, okay, let's take 3 days, guys,
right?
And let's get together and start planning next year.
That's pretty well, changing rules. And of course, we've written our own sets of rules.
I've seen a lot of cars with no Rule 10 on them. What's that all about? We've been trying to figure it out. We've been trying to find the actual rules for the race. And
that one, rule number 10 is that drivers should not consume alcoholic beverages.
Well, we would definitely be a No Number 10 podcast.
Right, I understand.
We have a new stance as far as this race goes,
right?
And that's No Number 10 as well.
Right. No number 10 in that tent. I can assure you.
That's right. That's right. I have noticed that.
No Rule 10 around here.
What are the other rules for the racers? What are the rules for setting up a?
Well, just size-wise, there can't be there. We're 8 feet 1 inches long, 4 feet 1 inches wide. Can't weigh in this division. The cars can't weigh over 225.
Okay.
The other races, the high octane, it's car and driver, and I think that one's up to. I think they made that one 450 this
450
year.
max for car and
those
driver.
guys, those are some of the guys that got really, really high end wheels, and I mean they're considerably quicker.
Yeah.
And so they run together. And other than that, the rules got to be, I think got to be 16 years old.
Okay.
But, they're listed on the website for the Marble Falls Soapbox Derby, and other than that, there's not really, hopefully go downhill and the wheels hold on.
Yeah. I'm sure it's like, you must have a braking system.
Well, I'm not a real big fan of brakes.
Oh, really?
Your car didn't have brakes.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, I broke mine in my cart last night, too.
You
so
want to stop. You got to think ahead.
Yeah, you did. For sure.
I was talking earlier about the Deathmobile I had as a kid, because until we got the Pennzoil Racer when they came out, which I think my dad actually, like, one of his tire clients may have had it, like, as a prize drawing.
Right.
And I think he may have actually had the prize drawing rigged. So that we could get the Pennzoil, like, hey, yeah, I'll throw some extra tires your way, buddy, if my kids can, if I can throw my kid's name in like 10 times and maybe you just pull it. But until then, we literally had one of those old school 70s Sears go-karts. It was just open frame, about 4 inches off the ground, and bench seat. Like no seat belts,
exactly
just
right, man.
straight death machine. If you took the corner too far, your buddy was going in an equal distance the opposite way. And when the brakes gave out, we literally had to put our foot on the wheel, to slow it down, take it off the gas, wait, and then stop it with your foot. Chalk it up so it doesn't roll off
hilarious.
from you. So you're always rolling
That's
around
hilarious.
with a stick or something like that in your go-kart with you. But that's about as close as I've come, is running go-karts and stuff like that, go-karts and four-wheelers. But
well, we've learned a lot. We've actually the land shark, when you're talking about head first year I didn't have that row bar on it, and I told him after, I said, man, we need a row bar, and it took me forever. That's a piece of, it's what, 3x1 rectangular tubing. I had to cut it, like 100 times to
actually be able to bend
then re-weld it, So it took me about 2 weeks to do that thing. And every time Taylor would come over, he'd go, man, I can't believe you're spending so much time on that thing. Stupid.
I bet it makes a big difference in the way it sways going downhill, though.
Well, now what happened is that we went to test it on the big hill one day, and we were trying some other deal, wheel covers. And one of them came loose and jammed the rear wheel. When it did, it locked it up. So he was going about 30. And it actually rolled it twice. Because that's what I told him. I went down there. I said, what do you think about that roll bar now?
How you like that? Yeah. How you like that roll cage we built?
So it worked.
And that's one of the interesting things we were talking about a while ago, is some of the profiles of these vehicles are a little bit higher riding than you would think you'd want them to be.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
And
it
really does, as far as you want the low center of gravity, you want a decent dispersion on your wheels.
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. Oh, yeah.
Go Kitty!
Harry and Hello Kitty going after it.
She's a little squirrely down there,
Uh-oh.
too. Something fell out.
She's losing parts. Hello Kitty is shedding parts
all the way down the mountain.
As she still manages to whoop Harry Potter's butt down the hill.
Chris, I gotta go meet somebody.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Man,
I can't
appreciate
thank you enough.
I'm so glad y'all are here, and hope y'all plan on doing this.
No. I intend to be here every year, at least for a day of the races, and come and check it out. Like I said, our plan is to make a racer for next year. So
awesome. We'll help. Let us know. I'll help you any way I can. We've learned a lot. And all you people out there, y'all build one and come too.
That's right. Most definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
See you soon.
Enjoy that beverage. Enjoy the Babalu cigar, my friend.
I'm going to do that for sure.
Absolutely.
My favorite. Good for you. All right, thanks, guys.
Take care. And once again, that is Grant Dean, builder and racer for the Pirates of 3rd Street here in Marble Falls at the Marble Falls Adult Soapbox Classic. And, we're just wrapping up our last hour of coverage. We had some technical difficulties with the broadcast PC, with the broadcast computer, so we did manage to miss an hour of coverage, which is sad. But please make sure and go check out that second person who we interviewed today, Sandra Santee, manager of the Living Love Animal Rescue Boutique here in Marble Falls. All the money from the boutique goes directly to help the animals. It is one of the only no-kill shelters in the Marble Falls area, and one of the only ones that cares for both dogs and cats as well. So make sure to go and check them out. That is livingloveanimalrescue.org. You can also go and check out all the information for the Marble Falls Adult Soapbox Derby at adultsoapboxderby.com.
Or just check out our Facebook page. I put up a lot of links.
Yeah.
You can get it really
Julie's
easily.
been linking things like crazy. Brian's been over here, man, on the street and taking pictures of racers.
Woo!
And the world's largest
Good job, Hello
pizza.
Kitty.
Hello Kitty. I love the design of the car because it is straight like Mach 5 status.
It's like a Barbie dream car.
Yeah, it's freaking sweet. I love it. It's great stuff. And I've had a great day sitting out here. I mean, even though it was so hot that literally the Texas heat melted our broadcast machine and just took the broadcast machine out, not once, not twice, but thrice. So we have yet again been put against the wall as far as what will we do technology-wise to make sure that these podcasts get to you folks live from location with all of the fun issues that we have. Not just with coverage area, but with technical issues like that, you know. How can you even, and I've never once had a computer overheat on me and shut down in my entire AV career, no matter how many times.
It is 100 degrees in full sunlight.
It is. So it's a crazy hot day. We have another heat coming down. Speaking of hot, we got another heat coming down the races right now, and like I said, this has just been an absolutely fun day. I got a chance to walk around before we started and before we set up today to talk to a few of the racers, talk to the organizers of the event, talk to some people like the Living Love Animal Rescue Boutique, stuff like that. Here comes one of the Longhorn racers.
Oh, cool.
Oh, dude, look at that steering wheel.
Swamp
That
buggy.
thing's hot. Oh, that is a neck-to-neck race. Oh,
That's a say no to rule 10er.
Uh-oh, left lane is getting a little wild.
No.
Getting a little wild on it.
Oh, she's got it though.
Looks like left lane just took the lead. Left lane just took the lead.
I think that bumps it to
and the
like
race.
94% left lane victories today.
Yeah, it was interesting because our guest a while ago, just a minute, Grant Dean from the Pirates of 3rd Street was one of the only races to win in the right lane. And
so
he said,
he's got to be good.
And not just that, he said it is his favorite lane to run.
It's crazy.
So, you know.
He knows what he's doing.
He quite obviously, 8 years into building the same car, you know, you definitely get into some refinements in design, things like that.
Yeah,
so.
I'm sure they'll be good helpers for us next year.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like he said, feel free to contact him and he can give us some pointers.
Yep.
I think we may have a little advantage with Nelson and Pops Davis, though.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what we can do, what we can cobble together out of found old parts, because I'm going to be Craigslisting for free stuff like crazy.
I do happen to have a family that owns a pipe supply company. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Well, shoot.
Charles D. Sheehy.
Yeah. Maybe we can find out some of that. We can get like some nice like 8-inch pipe that'll just be the entire weight of the car. Something like that. Just build it over that with some wheels and put a saddle in the middle. That's how we roll down. That's how we do it here at Dudes and Beer, folks. And well, I know I'm hot. The equipment's hot. Julie is incredibly hot. She's dying over here. Well, that too. But I mean, I'm not going to ask you what time you're off or anything. We know what that comes up to. So on that note, folks, thanks so much for tuning in. Keep tuning in. dudesandbeer.com/listen-live is the easiest way. You can also download, I guess really the easiest way is to use your smart device and download the official Dudes and Beer app on both Android and iDevices. It is absolutely free, has a chat window where you can chat with us live like Stephen Bishop was doing in the first hour. Thanks so much for tuning in. Keep tuning in. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, everybody, if you can't be good,
be good at it.
We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Be safe. Happy Father's Day, everybody, and happy belated birthday to my brother Randy.
Oh, yeah.
Take care, and Godspeed. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Dudes and Beer Podcast. To listen to our audio streams and chat with us live, download the official Dudes and Beer app for both Android and iDevices, available on the Google Play and iTunes markets. For more episodes, content, and information, visit us online at dudesandbeer.com. You can also find our episodes on Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast service. Dudes and Beer is a proud member of the Revolution Digital Group family of podcasts. Thanks for listening, everybody, and until next time, drink responsibly.